basically, today's topic, basically, like this is live, so y'all all getting the raw, y'all gonna get everything, because it's a part of humanity, it's part of who we are. So, we are human, and a lot of people like fail to show that. They don't like to show their humanity. So, we're showing it all here. But anyways, welcome to Metaphysically Speaking. I am Priestess Erica. I am an ordained metaphysician who specializes also in Bible interpretation and just in metaphysics in general. If you don't know what metaphysics is or what a metaphysical minister is, metaphysician, or any of that, is literally just a person that studies the metaphysics of the mind and our entire existence here in this realm. Okay, so metaphysics is literally everything and beyond. It is you, it is me, it is everything that's within this entire universe. So, topic is, do you really and truly know God? Like you say you do, or like you think you do? And we also will be talking about the so-called punishments of America. Hence the things that are going on today and everything with we got the BRICS currency, the drop or fall of the US dollar, all of that stuff. So we're about to get into that, and we're going to get into the metaphysics of it. Metaphysics means beyond the physical. So that's literally beyond just this physical realm. In our physical being, our physical existence. That's beyond everything that is physical. So, the reason why I say, do you truly know God like you say or think you do, is because over centuries and decades, a lot of people have, I believe, have forgotten exactly what God is, who God is, and just totally forgotten about the whole entirety and existence of God. And they only think that they just this physical being, and that God is like some type of big, huge deity that's going to be in the sky and that is separate from them, when God or spirit is not separate from you. Because it is written, it is said, it is taught, it is known that God is you. God is within you. God is you, and God is everything around you. God is not no separate entity that is separate from you and that is greater than you, because that is greater than your being, because it created you. God is both masculine and feminine energies. In scientific terms, spirit and energy are the same thing. In scientific terms, spirit is referred to as energy. Okay. So, you have a lot of people out here talking about how, well, God said this, God said that. You have people that be trying to throw out scriptures at you and all this and that, but they don't even read the Bible themselves. They don't study the Bible. And some of them, they like, if you really are in tune and you know who and what God is, like, you don't just go off of just one book, because you have an understanding that it has been tampered with. It has been things that has been manipulated and changed and turned around. At the same time, you can still go to that, because once you are in tune spiritually, then you will be able to see and read between the lines. That means even the mistakes and all of the misinformation and mistranslations and things like that they put in there for their own ill wills or whatever the case. Okay, so, and I'm going to tell you a good example of this. If y'all don't know, for those of you that can see me and that are watching this video, I have this book in my hand. It is called The Emerald Tablets of Thoth the Atlantean, right? And basically, the emerald tablets came to be probably like 36. It was like 36,000 years BC. Okay, so that's before Common Era or before Christ. And let's see, page 2. It says on page 2 of this book, it says that the tablet holds the secrets of the universe. It is said that those who come to it are destined to read this ancient cryptic work, and if one is spiritually aware, he will be able to read between the lines. This is said, and this also corresponds with the Bible as well. If you are spiritually aware, meaning if you are spiritually in tune with the divine, then you will be able to read between the lines. So it doesn't matter if they put contradictions or they got mistranslations or they got all this and that. It just means that when you're spiritually in tune, you can read past that, beyond that. Metaphysics. Then, let me see, I'm going to page 13, also in the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. It says that it should be understood that the Great Pyramid of Egypt has been and still is a temple of initiation into the mysteries. Jesus, Solomon, Apollonius, and others were initiated there as well. So remember I said that these tablets came to be like 36,000 years BC. That's before Christ. So that's before the physical, symbolic man, Christ, came to the planet. So remember, and you know how like there's plenty information out there talking about how there's many ancient tablets and ancient texts and everything that predate the Bible. So let me see. It says that yet the true student will read between the lines and gain wisdom. If the light is in you, the light which is engraved in these tablets will respond. So, again, that is saying the same thing for the Bible. You have to know how to truly read the Bible and really interpret it, because a lot of y'all take the Bible as a literal thing, and as if it's like instead of actually getting in tune with the actual creator that created you, the God within yourself, you have made a book your God, or you have made outside the man your God. And it does say in the Bible that to live in the world, but don't become of the world. And a lot of y'all have become of the world, and y'all have had y'all faith in man instead of God that is within you. Meaning, a good example is the damn vaccine. Okay? Y'all so afraid of a virus that can be healed and cured naturally with herbs and stuff, and if you just within the change of your diet, because you naturally heal as a human being, okay, that you have forgotten and you have given your faith to man that created this. Man created the vaccine, which basically distorts your DNA, and it keeps you from being able to vibrate high, or from being able to actually truly heal yourself. And it does a lot. It just does a lot to your energy, to your DNA and all that, especially melanated peoples, non-ether beings. Okay, especially us. I'm just gonna Put it out there. I'm just going to say that because I'm keeping it real, and this is metaphysically speaking. So, y'all got to learn metaphysics again, because metaphysics is a part of, metaphysics is literally the very foundation of our very being in this entire world. Y'all forget what it means to be a spiritual being having a human experience. God is literally a spirit. Okay. God is literally a spirit. God is within you. God expresses and experiences life through your physical human body in this world in many, many billions of forms. Okay? So, you have to remember what the meaning of being a spiritual being, having a human experience, literally means. And stop thinking that it's something that's outside of you and that it's separate from you, because it's not. It's within you. You need to learn to tap into it. Meditation is not bad. Go and meditate and consult God yourself. God is both feminine and masculine energies. When I get into this, I'm going to get into it, where we always talk about God the Father. But what about God the Mother? Because if God is both masculine and feminine energies, how are you only talking about just masculine? And you're only just talking about the Father. And then you talk about the Son, and you think that the Son is this physical man that has a name of Jesus Christ. First of all, Christ is not a name, Christ is a title. Christ means the one who is enlightened, or the enlightened one. Yeshua, whatever you want to call it, whatever you may call it, whether it's right or wrong, when you know metaphysics and you can read between those lines, you will be able to see that the name Jesus and Yeshua says that Jesus is us. Jesus, the physical, symbolic man in that Bible, was a representation and a symbolization of humanity, of H-U-E, humanity, us. And only in the way that this physical being in that time spoke, he spoke in parables. And when he spoke to his disciples, right, he spoke in a way where they would be able to understand. Remember, going back to what Thoth said, if you have the light within you, you will be able to read between the lines. So, those who followed this physical man was able to understand him in a way that many others could not. And they kept asking him, what is it in John 10 in the Bible, where they're constantly asking him, well, if you are the Messiah, then please show us, tell us. But he said, what his response is that he tells them, he says that, I have told you, but you do not believe. When you think about it, just pay attention to what's going on today. Y'all see the second coming of Christ, right? Y'all hear about the second coming of Christ. That second coming of Christ is us. The Christ consciousness. This spiritual, divine, great awakening that we are now going through. And that everybody's just so afraid of. Because they're so used to how things have been and what they've been taught by man, i.e. the YT man. Just saying. But to go back to the Bible and being able to interpret it metaphysically, if you go to the Psalms, in Psalms 82:6, it says that you are God. Ye are God. Yes. It says that ye are gods. Have I not told you that ye are gods? This is constantly Christ consciousness trying to surface itself to let people know that you are God. It says in the Bible that we are made in its image and likeness. So if that means, if we are made in its image and likeness, and we are given, and we are born with these spiritual gifts, right? Why is everybody so afraid of it? And again, when I say, do you truly know, real quick, when I say, do you truly know God? I don't think a lot of people do. Because the thing is that the moment we talk about and we say, oh, well, God spoke to me, or I received this divine message through meditation, or I just felt this inspiration within my heart, and Spirit just spoke to me, and this is a channeled message. I got this message to deliver to y'all. The same people that be throwing scriptures at you and talking about they believe in God and this and that are sitting here looking at you like you crazy. How does that make sense? You believe in God, but the minute somebody tells you that God spoke to them, because God is speaking to you all the time, constantly, through you, because God is you, you look at them like they crazy. That tells me that you don't truly know who or what God is. And you're worshiping something that you just don't even know what the heck you're worshiping. Like you worshiping a book, you worshiping man and his inventions and stuff that distorts your God frequency, that distorts your divine energy within, that does keep you separate from the true divine within yourself. When Jesus, aka Yeshua, the physical Christ, at that time, when he said that if thine eye be single, thy body shall be filled with light, he was talking about your third eye. Go within. And I forget what passage or what scripture it was. I think it was somewhere in Solomon where it said that if you want to know, if you want to know the face of God, or you want to know God, something like that, all you have to do is look within and you will see. Like it'll show you who God is. That means you go into your third eye, go into meditation, look within your third eye, which is in the ridge of your forehead, and watch the image show up to you. You will see God, and you will hear its voice, or whatever the case is, because everybody's experience is different. So I'm just gonna say that everybody's experience is different. For me, it was just a breath of life. When we talk about spirit and everything, spirit is literally the inspiration that moves the soul. So we have the spirit and the soul. Those are two. They're kind of similar, but at the same kind of different, because the soul is what helps move the physical body. Spirit is the inspiration, the breath, the energy that gives life to this physical body in order for you to move and navigate the world. So a lot of people like to say that, oh, we're not really supposed to be here on this planet. That is actually a lie, because if we wasn't supposed to be here, we wouldn't be here. And we are literally, again, spiritual beings having a human experience, meaning we are supposed to be exploring the world in many, many different forms, whether good, bad. We're supposed to be learning things, because it is spirit learning through us. Spirit is literally just that, a spirit. In scientific terms, it is energy. And when we go back to the creation of everything, the Big Bang Theory, that was literally that spirit or that inspiration or that light that was right there in that vast space where there was no stars at first. It burst into all of these different suns and stars and things of that nature. That was literally the creator that, from a metaphysical thought, the mental space, said, I want to know me as a human physical being. And all of us was created. And we was created in many different forms and having different lives in many different ways. And God lives through all of us. And we are experiencing things in many billions of ways through billions of people. And so many people are asleep to it. So, real fast though, I want to get back to the divine masculine and the divine feminine real quick. So this goes to be for the physical self, the spirit, and the spiritual self. Metaphysics is everything physical and spiritual, first of all. So, in the brain, we have the two hemispheres, the left and the right hemisphere of the brain, right? The left hemisphere is the intellect, which is the masculine part of you. That is the masculine side of you, which actually represents all of anything that is physical, basically. And it represents logic and reasoning, knowledge, all of that stuff. That stuff is physical. Now, the right side of the brain is the intuition, which is the divine feminine. That is the feminine energy. And what we have been going through in this entire world for so many decades, so many centuries, and all this stuff, is that we have been going through, they have literally suppressed and took away the divine feminine, okay, and made everything, they took away the matriarch, and they made the patriarch. And we have been going around in a patriarchal world. But now, the second coming of Christ, which is the Christ consciousness that we are all experiencing, those that are spiritually awakened or are starting their spiritual journey and things like that, that is the divine mother, the divine feminine that is awakening within you, because she has been asleep for so long. And now it's time for some changes to go on, because she's mad. Because y'all, it's like we all just go around with this masculine energy. Like, we use most of our masculine brain instead of our feminine brain a lot of times. And the thing is that the intuition is the wisdom. The wisdom is what helps you understand the knowledge that you gain. So because everything has become so corrupt and messed up, it's because we only been living off of our divine masculine brain in the physical, and have completely forgotten about the spiritual, the metaphysical. We have forgotten that we are metaphysical beings. We are not just physical beings. We are metaphysical beings. Meta, beyond. That is what we are. And the spirit that gives the life is the divine mother. And in our physical representation, the woman represents that. So again, this has nothing to do with sexual orientations and all of that. All of these things are symbolic representation and of the divine masculine and divine feminine that is within us and beyond us and all of that. But some people carry too much of that. And the powers that be right now, like, this is literally a spiritual war, because they see all of us, they see a lot of us awakening. And then there's people out there that, like, they still be looking at us like we're crazy when we try to tell them some stuff. Like, they call us conspiracy theorists. And so, but a lot of the conspiracies became true. And then what sometimes it frustrates me too, because it's like, how do you like, you just believe anything they put in media, and like you just believe anything that man, the physical man, that is not in tune with its or his divine feminine, right? You believe anything that they put out there. But the moment when somebody try to come to you with some spiritual sense and try to tell you something and stuff, you looking at them like they crazy, they liars, you call them blasphemy, all of this. When it's right in your eyes, when it's right in your face. It be right in your face. And it's like, how do you not see it? Like, pay attention. And a lot of it comes from that because people be so content. They're not comfortable. They're not comfortable with how the way things are. That they don't want change. Even if it does mean that it's going to be for the better. You have people out here saying that, oh, just because all of it, okay, first of all, you look at everything on the outside, in the physical, right? And it all looks bad. It may look bad on the outside, but truthfully, spiritually, metaphysically, it's actually good. Because what it's doing is that it's finally exposing the powers that be, which of course they're going to be fighting back and everything like that. Of course they're going to do that. But it's also going to be testing a lot of people's faith. This is getting into the America's punishment. It's also about to be testing a lot of people's faith. And it's also going to be exposing a lot of the fake woke people out there. Because you got a lot of them. You got a lot of the fake woke people because they want to sound intelligent. They want to sound like they just know stuff. And some of them, they like to feed off of your energy. You got to be careful with that and stuff. You got to know, like, you really have to, this is where you have to really tap into your own soul, into your own being, so that you can be able to, differentiate from the real and the fake. And the way to do that is literally just to go within yourself. Ask the Divine Mother. This is the thing, don't go to the Divine Father first. Go to the Divine Mother. Because guess what? Because think about it. In the physical sense, when we are born and we have that, our mothers give us birth. We pass, the babies pass through the canal and all of that stuff, right? So we are that portal that let other life beings and life forms come through, right? So therefore, you would mostly ask the mother for certain advice or whatever you need to ask her before you would ask the father. The father is based off of the physical, which can give you knowledge, and he may have the knowledge for a lot of stuff, which is good. Like, that's why I'm saying I'm not putting down any masculine or men or anything like that, or the father at all. What I'm saying is that the father, the divine masculine, is based off of knowledge, logic, reason, and physicality. The mother is more based off of intuition. You hear about the woman's intuition, right? The mother is based off of the intuition, the spirit. So she's more subtle. She's more, I can't really think of the word that I'm trying to look for right now. But you would go to her first. Or sometimes, in certain cases, you can go to her after you go to the father. But you would go to the mother first, because what the mother is, she's also the wisdom that helps you understand the knowledge part. Because sometimes you can have knowledge and you don't even know what to do with this knowledge. You can have knowledge and you can just go based off of, well, I read this book and this is what this book said and all this and that. And, well, I was listening to some teachers and this is what these teachers said and all this and that. But you have to back up the information that you receive, that you learn. And to back it up is by going within to consult the mother so that she can help you to understand what is right, what is the right truth, or whatever the case is. Okay? I'm not going to get all into detail with all of that stuff right now. But I'm just saying, you cannot have one without the other. It's good to read books so that you can know things. and you can know how people have lied. You can know how certain things come to be, and you can find out different truths that, oh dang, well they ain't teach us this before. Why they ain't had this book in school? Why they ain't had this and that? Because a lot of the books, they either burned them or they hid them away. And because they did have some truth in there, a lot of truths, but you have to remember there are billions of writers and stuff too, and so people write from their own perspective, so you can't just go off of just any book. You have to also go from your own intuition, do your own research, go within yourself and consult the mother, and she will help you understand the knowledge that you have gained. This is why you have to use the divine masculine and divine feminine together, not one without the other. And that is what we physically represent as a whole. Now, with the America's punishment, it's not really a punishment because it's basically going to be getting people up out their seats and stop being lazy. And it's going to probably force a lot of people to have to actually start bartering and trading again. And it's going to cause for a lot of people to start coming back into unity with each other again. Because there was times when we used to be human, we knew what it meant to be human, and we treated everybody as humanly possible. But they have separated us, and they've divided us, and they're continuing to divide us with all this different technology that they constantly keep on putting in our faces and everything. Because all this technology does is continues to keep you separated from the other. We don't know how to even be together in unity and just have a good time anymore. We don't know how to just sit down and have conversations with each other anymore because we've been so divided. And the thing is that if you want change in the world, man, and you want it to be, and you actually care about humanity, and you actually care about your own, like, we all have human rights. I'm also a human rights consultant, okay? We all have human rights. We're born with these rights. These are God-given rights. Can't nobody take those rights away. You should know that. Everybody should know that. But they've been walking all over our rights because they know how powerful it is. And they want to have the power. So they walk all over us and they just tell us anything in these TV programs and these radio programs and all this and that, and they have these different marketing and posters and all this stuff, billboards and stuff everywhere that goes into your subconscious mind. And that is why your subconscious mind, it kind of sometimes overturns a lot of things, and then you start to react and you start acting in the way that they want you to act, basically like a damn robot. And that's how a lot of people is doing right now. If people are not realizing this, they're not seeing how much worse they constantly keep on trying to make everything be. And they doing a lot of it now. A lot of things are starting to come to the surface and being revealed and being put in our faces a lot more and faster now. We are waking up spiritually, and we're taking back our power. And they see that. They trying to stop it, but they not gonna win, because the God within us, when you know that you are truly God and God is within you and you have that God power and you tap into your God power, you can take control of the situation. But we can't do it alone. We got to do it together. We're supposed to be a unit. Stop hating each other. Stop fighting each other. Stop criticizing each other, because we're supposed to be in unison. Whew, goodness. So yeah, this the U.S. dollar dropping. I'm sorry to tell you, but you better start learning how to grow your own food, because the food production, the fruit produce, and everything that usually be coming in, they get all this stuff from over there. from China and all of these other places. So once that stops, because they gonna probably have to it's gonna be a while, of course, before it may stop, but it's time to start actually getting back used to having a village, creating a village, and taking care of one another as we supposed to do. You gotta start learning how to grow your own food, start learning how to barter and trade again, and stop making everything a damn competition. Nothing is a competition. Okay? Tap into your God self and start acting with your God nature. Because the whole purpose of us being here in this world is to experience it from Spirit's perspective in a human form. Okay? The whole purpose of us being here in this world, experiencing it like we're doing, is to learn things from each other, from situations. And the saying to live in the world but don't become of the world just literally means to, like, don't let go of your spirit self. Remember that you are spirit. You have to live in the physical world and you have to move physically around and all that kind of stuff, but don't forget that you're spirit. Once you become of the world, you forget that you're spirit. And that's what happens. And that's why people lack the actual knowledge and the awareness of the fact that they are God. And that they, like, a lot of people, like, it's like you're blindly running around and praying to something and just saying that, oh, you believe in this because somebody else said that this is what we're supposed to do, but not realizing and being aware and remembering that that's actually within yourself. It doesn't mean that that's on the outside of you. You are spirit in a physical human flesh. Y'all gotta remember that. Get out of this matrix, stop becoming of the world, and start just living in the world and create the life that you want, that you know you deserve, because you can make it happen. You're stronger than you think. You're stronger than you know. Last couple of things I'm gonna say. I'm gonna break down this Jesus and Yeshua real quick, so I can show y'all how it says that Jesus is us, or yes, you are. So Jesus, the word Jesus, a lot of people like to argue that, well, that wasn't his name, that wasn't this and that. True, that's true. But remember, that's just a physical knowledge of it. Look deeper, spiritually, metaphysically. When you look at the word Jesus, they took the J from the actual word Yeshua and everything, because basically they would pronounce the Yeshua, the Y would be like Yeshua, or say Joshua or whatever, and so they would change it to J. I think, wasn't it Latin, or I forget right now, but I don't have my stuff in front of me. But anyways, we're not gonna get into that. Anyways, take the J off of Jesus, right? And then you have the Spanish word S, which means is, and then you have the last two letters, which is US, which says us. So it's literally saying S us, is us. So because they translated it from the Hebrew word Yeshua and made it into an English word, Jesus, It's saying that Yeshua is us. In the name Jesus, when you break it down and you decode it this way, it says yes, and then phonetically it sounds like you are. So it would say Yeshua, in the name Yeshua, it says yes, you are. So think about it. Yes, you are what? Well, they gave him this title, Christ. Christ is not a name, Christ is a title. That means the enlightened one, or the one who is enlightened. Anybody can reach this type of consciousness. Anyone can be enlightened. So, in the original name, Yeshua, it says that yes, you are Christ. Boom. Right there in your face. It's right there in your face. And then if you want to go to the Bible, and he's saying it in the Bible that you're just like me. I'm not above you. You're just like me. The Messiah. Me, Messiah. Me, say the Messiah is me. It says it right there. You got to decode it. You got to know how to decode scriptures. This is the way I do things metaphysically, as a metaphysician. Okay? So I just wanted to break that down real quick for y'all, so that you can kind of see it and understand it. That's what that says. The whole time, it's always been us. And the person that was doing the teachings back then was literally just a regular person who was truly in tune and had the awareness and the divine consciousness that he was one. He is the Christ. He is God in the flesh, and trying to teach everybody else that they are the same. I think I have one last thing that I was going to say, but I forgot what it was, so I'll probably just say it in like my next show. But I hope I kind of opened up some people's hearts and eyes to certain things. Oh, and another thing, real quick. I know I can't wake up everybody. I know that. I'm not trying to, but we can try to awaken enough. It doesn't matter about how many, the number of people, as long as somebody is getting the message. Because a lot of people are not going to get this message. A lot of people are not going to see it. A lot of people are going to stay asleep because they're either comfortable with the way things and they don't want to change, they don't want to wake up because they feel like it calls for a lot of work to wake up and change the narrative of things, and they got lazy to it and they don't want to do it. And also because of years of indoctrination, that what they used to, and they just gonna believe whatever they want to believe because that's what they've been believing all their life. It can be right in your face, and a lot of people are not going to see it. They're not gonna hear it, and that's okay. I had to fight with myself about that a few times because once I started seeing a lot of this stuff and spirit started speaking to me, spirit always speaking to you. It's just sometimes we don't hear it because we are, kind of conditioned already. So when I started having my spiritual awakening, I was able to hear spirit. And when I started to hear spirit speaking and I started seeing all this stuff happening and everything just right before my eyes, I'm like, wow, I wish everybody else could see it and stuff. And it's like, it's so many damn people in this world that it is frustrating, especially when it comes to your family, your close family and friends, because it's like, you wanna help them, you wanna save them and tell them the truth, but they wanna stay stuck. And we gotta be okay with that. And I had to fight with myself about that. Like, you can't save everybody. You just can't. But yeah, so this was Metaphysically Speaking. First show, raw and just detailed. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a little information, some enlightenment, some clarification maybe. But yeah, if you got any questions, put some in the comments, and then I'll try to get to them as much as possible, as soon as possible. I think, do you have anything you want to say? I have. Okay. Let's see. I think that is it for now. So the next time I'll be back here with Wisdom Wednesday. This is Wisdom Wednesday, so hope y'all got some wisdom here today. And I will also be doing Sunday service coming soon. Oh, thank you. I see it's Bree. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you for the welcome. I definitely appreciate it, love. Oh, yes. Before I go, when I was talking about America's punishment, I think, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I said that everybody's faith is going to be challenged, right? Did I say that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, everybody's faith is going to be challenged because once everything starts to go down and stuff with this whole, the BRICS, the US dollar, all that stuff, and then things start skyrocketing or whatever the case may happen, people are going to start like wanting to pray a lot. They're finna be like, God this, God that, and they're not even finna be knowing what's going on, because it's like you got people out there talking about something like, oh, I pray all the time and God does not answer my prayers. You know why? Because maybe you're not doing it right. Because maybe you just don't know who you actually praying to. Like, I mean, hey. So it's like you really got to get in tune with the true God that is within you. And don't worry about what's about to happen with the US dollar. Don't worry about stuff skyrocketing, because it's going to push you to have to do what we used to do, what we should have been doing. Like, y'all done got too comfortable. It's time for that to end. Thank you again, it's Brie. I appreciate it. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. How long was that?
56 minutes.
Oh, okay, we good. Good hour. Mm-hmm. So yes, thank you for those that did tune in, and I'm glad I was able to get some wisdom out there and stuff for you, and you were able to resonate and connect with it. And I do look forward to coming back on here and doing a lot more. You can also follow me on Facebook. Let me see what time. Okay, you can follow me on Facebook, Coach. Let me see. Hold on, I ain't even got my thing up because it's a long name. I'll just put it in the description. But you can follow me on Facebook. I'll be on Facebook, Coach Erica Yoko. And then TikTok is the Spiritual Life Coach 8. And YouTube is at Reverend Erica. Again, I am an ordained metaphysician, meaning I am an ordained metaphysical minister and a metaphysical practitioner. I have my master's in getting my doctorate degree and everything, specializing in Bible interpretation metaphysically. So, yeah, tune in for the next show, next Wednesday, Wisdom Wednesdays. And then I'll also let y'all know when I'll start doing the regular Sunday service thing. So we'll have like 2 weekly shows. Peace out, y'all. Peace, love, and light to everybody.
Dang, some other girl had just came in. It's all black people too. Dang. We had a lot of people that came in. Let me see. Good. Let's see if it show how many people. Cause there was this one person the first person who had came in there, 4 likes, and then it was like other people that was in there too. Peak listeners, 3 duration 58 minutes. Okay. But yeah, when it was the first person, it was a person with a mask on or whatever. He was in there for a long time. And then that's when the Bree girl came, and she was in there she was like in and out, but then she ended up coming back and staying in a while. And then I seen another person for a while, and then I had just started seeing another person, and then 2 more people had just popped in when you were fucking ending.
Oh wow.
And it was black.
Let me get this on.
I'm like, okay, yes. So definitely be doing it on this AMP app.
Wow, snap, look at me. I was shaking because I was filthy. I've seen people coming in. I'm like, I'm shaking and shit.
Oh, you seen it on there? You was able to see it from right here?
Yeah.
Oh. And then you kept on looking. Oh, we still got the camera going, don't you?
Oh, shit.
But you kept on looking over there, and I'm like, you guys talking to the camera right here.
Girl.
So that's not a camera. That's not you. Ain't camera right there.
I know.
that camera right here.
I know.
I'm like, what is she looking at?
I'm like, what? I'm like, why did I just do that?
Heck, you know.
The news headlines are keeping our eye on Star Major League Baseball with the New York Yankees. They're 4 games below 500, worst team in the American League.
Oh yeah, and I followed you on there. She followed you on there too.
Roster.
The Bridger.
Josh Donaldson, the one-time former American League MVP, no longer a New York Yankee. He's been in the Bronx the last 2 seasons, but this last season, the 2023 year, he has been hampered by injuries.
Oh my gosh.
For the Yankees.
Babe, I love your content. I like talking like that and stuff. Why is this on?
Oh my goodness.
I like that. And I shared it to a whole bunch of groups on Facebook and stuff like that. I was sharing it around. That's why I was on my phone for a minute. For a while, I was sharing it around. Yeah, you definitely keep this going. Do Sundays and Wednesdays.
Oh God.
You need to start getting more people on here, cause it seems like people randomly pop in.
So
I guess it all depends on like the subject or whatever it is.
Oh, is it stop?
No, that's so you gotta turn it off.